Hi guys, it's me again with another video. I know this looks like didactic harassment. Sorry, can't seem to stop getting on your nerves. But I have something important to show you and talk about today. So therefore I'm back again with one of my videos. And I would like to draw your attention to a few things that you should be aware of. The first thing, I have to make a correction. There is a correction here in the second stanza and the second line. The version that I sent around to you read "for if dreams go," and it should be "when dreams go." This correction doesn't change the meaning of the second stanza and the poem entirely, but there is a slight difference in meaning. And we come to talk about this slight difference in a moment, because here we are now exactly focusing on some further features of the poem that are worthwhile looking at. Okay? So here it should be "for when dreams go." You may want to change this in the version that you received from me. And here we are with grammatical aspects. This is the focus of interest today, grammatical aspects. When we look at the poem, it seems and it reads as if somebody was talking to the reader. Hold fast to dreams. Hold fast to dreams, right? There could be quotation marks here and there, or here and there, right? It could be, let's say, a grandfather talking to his grandson, a grandmother talking to her granddaughter, or a father to his son, or a mother to her daughter. It is like spoken language. I mean, it's a little too poetic for spoken language, but the sentence structure is that of spoken language. So, who is talking and who is talking to whom? Well, of course, Langston Hughes thought of the words and he wrote them down and gave them the readers, but it is not. No, it is not Langston Hughes. He thought of the words and gave them to the world, but it is the lyrical I speaking. Yeah? The lyrical I speaks to the reader, and he or she, the lyrical I, uses the grammatical form of the imperative. Hold fast to dreams. Hold fast to dreams. And then the lyrical I gives a reason for. Actually, the lyrical I gives two reasons. One reason in the first stanza, another reason in the second stanza. Okay? And here, in the first stanza, the lyrical I uses if. In the second stanza, when. Now, if and when are two conjunctions that follow the same grammatical pattern, with only a slight variation. If refers to a condition fulfilled. If such and such is happening or has happened, then a consequence will follow. When refers to a point of time or a time that has been reached. When you have reached the point of time at which your dreams go, life is a barren field frozen with snow. So, condition and time are the slight differences in meaning that the lyrical eye points out here. And this is important for the impression and the effect that this makes. Yeah? If is a condition, when is a time. And either way, either if the condition of dreams dying is fulfilled, or when a person has reached a time or a point of time at which dreams go, vanish, disappear, stop being there, then a consequence follows. Okay? So this is what I would like to draw your attention to. And now from here we start with wait a second, we're here. Right, here we go now, because we're now approaching a model analysis. You may know that in your written exams, both term papers and also in Abitur, there will be some categories of assignments to be worked on. The first is comprehension, the second is always analysis, and analysis is compulsory. You cannot avoid the assignment of an analysis. Okay, so this is something that we need to look at, and we also need to look at the question, how can we approach this category or this assignment of an analysis. All right, so we always start an analysis with a brief introduction. Here, this is the introduction. And when you say, when you find, there is a gap here, there is a gap here, and here, yes, that is right. What I gave you here is a few phrases that you can use if you wish to structure your analysis and do an analysis. Yeah? So you may start, Langston Hughes' poem consists of 2 stanzas, each of which comprises, and here you please fill in what you learned about the poem. It comprises how many stanzas? Go back and look. A lyrical eye addresses the reader and speaks of, and here you would please write what you think is the theme of the poem. This would be, here the slash indicates that this is an alternative phrase that you may also use. The lyrical eye speaks of, or if you prefer this phrase, a lyrical eye addresses the reader and speaks of, right? You may choose either this or this sentence, or that sentence rather. The introduction is no longer than just 1 paragraph. Then there is a space in between these 2 paragraphs, and then we start with the main part. Here we analyze what we find. Hughes uses several stylistic devices such as, and now you please go back to the type and number of stylistic devices that you have found. Okay? Oops, no, I don't think this is exactly what we want. Okay, so then we go back here and I move this here. So, the main part. This is the main part. Here I set as a guideline, limit your analysis to a maximum of 3 paragraphs. Well, yes, this is a recommendation, and this is also a realistic recommendation, especially when you sit an exam, because time is limited in an exam, right? Even more so in your Abitur exam, right? So this is a guideline, and in Abitur, your analysis should probably be limited to, let's say, 200 up to 250 words. Rough guideline. In first term, it is probably less than that. Well, this one may be about 200 words. So here, you please complete the sentence going back to the stylistic devices such as, and then you may say something like, both stanzas are introduced by anaphoric holdfast to dreams. Thus, Hughes draws attention to, and here, what does he draw attention to? This is the question, the theme, the meaning, the purpose of the metaphor that he uses, right? He wants to communicate a message, and you want to please define this. The third and fourth verses of each stanza, here you may include that the third and fourth verses of each stanza come up with a metaphor and also elaborate on the question. Here, Hughes points out that life, blah, 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 blah. Whatever you think worthwhile mentioning, whatever you think Hughes wants to point out, you please write this here, following here points out, and then you complete that. You may also refer to the two metaphors, the bird and the field. The bird is, what is a bird? Think of something, maybe the bird is a symbol, maybe a barren field in winter is a symbol and it stands for something. And if you find that a bird is a symbol and the barren field in winter is a symbol, well, what do these two metaphors symbolize? Write it down here, complete these sentences. The tone of the poem. Well, read it again, maybe you have an impression, and write a sentence, 1 or 2 sentences about the tone. Yeah? And then at the end, to me, the poem means this is a conclusion. And in your conclusion, you please assess whatever you found here and elaborate it on here in this main part. Yeah? Just the results. And you may also give your personal statement, whether you think, well, whatever you think. Okay, so what I've given you here is a structure that you can work your written analysis along. You may use these phrases. I think they are helpful for students in first term, maybe not only in first term, also in second and third term. Use these phrases, complete the phrases with your findings, your ideas, and whenever you finish a paragraph here or here or here, there should be a space between two paragraphs because it should be a structured analysis, right? And of course also here there is a period here, a full stop, and then there is a blank here and a blank space here, and then follows your conclusion. So this is the structure of a model analysis. And why am I telling you this? Because I want you to please use this structure and finish the model analysis on grounds of the previous findings. All right? So I'm going to convert all this into PDF, send it around, and also give you an assignment. And then you please do your first analysis of a literary text in first term. Okay? All right. And now I'm out and gone. And thanks for being here. Thank you for your attention. Thank you for your patience. Thank you for your understanding. And see you one of these days. All right? Bye-bye.